Hey guys.
How's it going?
Good. How about you? Good.
Did you feel like that Rutgers game was the best the offensive line has played this year, and just what went into that?
I would say, one of our better performances. I don't know if I'd say it was our best performance necessarily, but, I think all that goes into is the week of preparation we had, the game plan that the coaches had installed, and then, how we did the O-line, the tight ends, the running backs executing it.
What's different just about this group right now than, week 3, week 2, that kind of period?
Yeah, I think there's been some natural growth. Obviously, learning from experience, whether that's good or bad, is great across the board. Whether you're an old guy or a young guy, it's constantly happening, and there's always going to be things that we constantly need to get better at. Same with this week, but it's just always attacking the process.
Emmanuel, I know Lincoln was talking about they thought he was doubtful this past game. How did you see him just kind of gut through his injury over the course of this weekend?
Yeah, he was just real mature over the week, doing everything he could to rehab it and recover and, prepare as hard as he could in the meeting room and on the practice field. And, ultimately just, shows that he's a tough guy. He's really, for this team and no doubt that was impressive by him.
Have you seen anything different about him this year maybe than the previous year, you guys having been next to each other then too?
Yeah, I think definitely I've seen him obviously grow both as a player and as a person, just as a teammate obviously, and it's been great to further my relationship with him, as a friend and as a teammate and as a person, and to see his growth on the field, no doubt.
Where have you seen Alani and Elijah kind of progress as the season's going?
Yeah, again, I think they've just kind of done a good job of learning from the experiences, whether it's good or bad. It's a hard thing to do, but just try to learn from them and build on them and put yourself in those situations again so that, when it happens the next time, you've seen it before, maybe you're a little more comfortable. But ultimately, it's a very week-to-week thing, day-to-day thing that, we've all just got to keep attacking it.
This is one of those environments in college football that people talk about. What goes into that for you guys as the offensive line to play at a place like this?
Yeah, we've definitely had our share of really good atmospheres this year, and this week is another one, no doubt. So, again, we just got to really do a good job this week of communicating and preparing, knowing it's going to be loud on Saturday, and we've got to do our best job communicating there. And it shouldn't be a new thing of how we have to communicate on game day. We've got to really emphasize that throughout the week, with the crowd noise at practice and just doing our jobs and communicating.
A little bit more of a fun question for you here. You're one of the top linemen in college football, 25. How nice is that? The reassurance that you're one of the top, and how nice is that?
I wouldn't say it's reassurance or anything like that. I would just say it's more of a cool thing, especially growing up, a guy that played Madden and NBA 2K and the old NCAA games. I'd say it's a cool thing.
Jonah, against Maryland, early in that game, Coach Henson set the offensive line down and really got after you guys. How did the group respond to that?
Yeah, obviously, that game didn't go exactly how we wanted it to, especially in the end. But, he challenged us early in that game based on something that he saw on the field and something that he saw in our response to him on the sideline. And, that's his job as a coach, and it's our job as players to always respond and give everything back to him and to this team.
What's he been emphasizing recently?
Again, it's this is such a day-to-day thing, such a week-to-week thing. We cannot get caught in the ups and downs of a season, whether it's how you're individually performing or how this team is performing. We've got to stay as consistent as we can, both individually and as a unit, and just keep getting better and keep fine-tuning the details.
In that moment, what more was he asking for from your guys' response to it?
Yeah, it was a pretty heated, intense moment, and I think he was just looking for an intense response from us back to him to rise up to the moment, to fall back on our training and seize that moment.
Have you seen him like that before?
Yeah, that's just nothing more than a normal coach-player interaction, especially with us since we're a group. Yeah, no doubt.
Are there areas where you've seen the line kind of improve the last maybe handful of games that you can really point to and say we feel good about where we're taking steps forward here?
Yeah, again, I think there's definitely snaps and series and moments where you can feel that and point to it and see it on the film, but again, it's really about consistency at our position, which is something that you're always striving to be perfect and being consistent, but it's just so rarely that you actually achieve it. So it's just constantly trying to get there and strive for that.
Jonah, you were here with Kyle for a couple of years before he left for UCLA. He was talking to us just after the game the other day about it was kind of frustrating at times for him to maybe not have the role that he felt like he wanted. Obviously, he's stayed through it and persevered. Just how have you seen that from him and kind of the maturity from before he left UCLA to now and who he is?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Kyle's come back. He's done a great job of being a good teammate and being team first. Especially at receiver, it can be tough sometimes. There's only one football on the field, and you can work as hard as you can. You can do everything that you can, and sometimes you still don't get the ball your way. So he's done a great job of staying level-headed and just keep attacking, keep being a team-first guy. And ultimately, you get the ball your way a couple times on Saturday. He did some special things, which was fun to see. Good to see.
One more. What have you seen from Washington on film?
Yeah. I mean, they're a real stout defense up front. Obviously, they've got a great scheme coming from their coaches and their D coordinator. They do some really good things. They're a very disciplined group, very consistent group. So, it's our job to combat that and do everything that we can to be successful on each play.